So I still got other things I have to do. I want to do this first before I finish doing the rest of my stuff. But I definitely have a controversial topic to talk to you about today. And today we're talking about guns. All right. But it's not only just guns, but it's guns in public schools. And now, as of today, December 1st, in NC private schools, teachers, administrators, volunteers, if permitted, right, by the school system and administrators, and of course they have to go through these gun carrying classes. If permitted, they're allowed to take guns and bring guns to private schools. So I want to know, how do you feel about it? Because I know how I feel about it. I definitely have some mixed emotions about it. I'm more comfortable whenever law enforcement that's assigned to the specific school is carrying, but whenever you have teachers that's allowed to carry weapons into school, into class, I feel like that's going to create a whole different vibe, especially for the children, for the students. QJ, welcome to the chat. So I'm definitely, I have mixed emotions about this specific topic. And I went, now I ain't gonna say I went live, but this is my most recent podcast. I literally just uploaded it about like 35, 40 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago now. And so I've been putting it on my short feed. I've been just putting it out there just to let people know what's going on. And that's my job. I like to inform the masses, let people know what's going on, but not just that. I really want to know how you feel about it, especially if you're a parent, if you are a guardian, if you're aunt, uncle, brother, or sister, and you have little kids, not little kids, but little brothers or sisters going to school, private school, and you find out that they will see, or they might see, an administrator or a teacher with a gun on their hip. How would that make you feel? Definitely a tougher one. So interesting, this topic. Yeah, so it just passed, and I like to put my receipts everywhere that I go because I don't just be pulling things out the hat and just be randomly saying things for the views. This was definitely on ABC, and like I said, this is a topic that everybody should be looking at and should be concerned about. But it's nothing we can do as the people about this topic if we don't vote. So it's very important that we vote and that we are informed about what's going on. And I tell people this all the time. When I was younger, when I was in my 20s, don't tell me nothing about the news because I did not want to hear it. When I was 18, don't tell me nothing about the news. When I was younger, period, don't tell me nothing about the news because I don't want to know. Now, since I'm in my 30s, I definitely want to know what's going on because I know the more that I know what's going on, I can prepare myself, right? Because if you don't know what's going on, you can't prepare yourself. So, since I'm older now, I like to prep. I mean, preparing yourself ahead of time is like one of the best things you can do for peace of mind. When you don't know, now if something was to happen, you're gonna be SOL, okay? It's like you're in a you're in a city or a country where there's quite frequent hurricanes, natural disasters, period. Hurricanes, volcanoes, and everything like that. And if you're not up to date with what's going on with the news, you're not going to know how to prepare for it. Like I want to know if there's a volcano in my city, I want to know when it's going to erupt, so I can make sure I have my stuff and I can get out. You know, okay. On his side, it should have never happened, but unfortunately, it is. It has to be done for extra or true protection. Like I don't like it yet. I do appreciate the extra safety at the same time for our future adults or our babies are not safe at school anymore. Definitely. So that's how I feel. I feel like with all these drastic laws, and that's a great point that you made, QJ. Let me read. Some more teachers are fighting more and more, and the ones we are supposed to have on call to keep us safe. Yeah, facts. Bro, what is on your head? Is that a hat or a scarf? It's a turban. It's just a turban. So, again, QJ, appreciate for your response, and you're definitely right about that. So my thing is, in the next 15 years, I feel like school's gonna be definitely totally different. And the school blueprint of a school is the same construct, the same blueprint as a prison. That's why if you notice in schools, there's no windows. You see very minimum windows. And I feel in the 10, 15 year span, you definitely going to see a prison construct when it comes to school. I'm talking about everything that you see in the prisons, you're going to definitely see in the school. And the teachers, they definitely have children in that, I'm not gonna say in a prison mindset, but it's definitely a structured mindset as far as standing in line, being in time, being on time with different stuff. It's helping the children get prepared for the real world as far as responsibilities and stuff like that. But the construct of school is definitely in the same uh, lane as a prison. They said, "Nah, I don't care about that." Okay, Hutch, but I appreciate you. We're definitely in a different day and time now, and with a lot of our values are not aligning with the norm, with the normality of what's going on in the world. Um, we have different beliefs, and people believe different things. And whenever you believe in different things, that's when conflict and chaos occurs. Sadly, the only problem, and I ain't gonna say the only problem, but one problem that I have, one issue that I have with this is I feel like now we're gonna have to really take these teachers and these future teachers and substitutes, we're gonna have to take them through a more strenuous process when it comes to the when interviewing, especially their education, their morals, their standards, their ethics. We're gonna have to really take that into consideration because I don't want a substitute that has a that's very quick to pull the trigger. I don't want them to be subbing my son's class or my nephew's class. I don't want that to happen because I know what can transpire of that. Like I'm legally able to conceal um, my weapon, so I bring my weapon everywhere I go with me. And when I don't bring my weapon, sometimes I feel a little bit naked. I don't feel right, even though I can defend myself. In today's time, people are not doing as much fighting as they used to back in the day. So I like just to be prepared. But whenever you are concealed, some people feel a certain type of way and they feel a certain type of power. So it's like, okay, what if that teacher or volunteer might be having a bad day at school? Are they going to pull the gun out and start shooting or pull the gun out just to make a threat? Like, I worry about that. Another thing that be on my mind as well. What if the children they ganging up on the volunteer or the teacher and um, what if they gang up on the teacher and try to take their gun and then shoot the teacher or the volunteer? Like all of those thoughts that it fluctuates and it runs through my mind. Now, you cannot control what a person thinks. And you don't know what a person thinks, but we have to have good judgment and we have to be very mindful the way we move with this new law. And I don't think people really understand how critical this law is and how serious this law is until somebody really gets hurt, you know? But I definitely agree with QJA about you have to take drastic measures and it's a new day and time. Um, yeah, this is the new world we living in. Let me go back and read some more. Gosh, I agree with the prison comparison. Honestly, been set up as such already for a while, but it doesn't look or obviously appear as such, especially in with the brainwashing. Of course, exactly. We need those teachers with sense that have guns. So much to think about. Yes, seems more negative than positive in a sense. Yeah, I definitely see that. And the only reason why is because whenever we talk about guns, there's not too many positive stories that comes out. Like when I was in school, the Columbine shooting happened, and not too many, not too long ago, somebody else had came to school and shot the school up, killed some kids, and little stuff like that. So I understand that, right? Like you want to be prepared, but my thing is like if that's the case, why not put more law enforcement on payroll? Because I was always like a little skeptical whenever I would just see one or two resource officers at school. All right. Like when I was in middle school, at West Hope Middle School, there was only one resource officer, and he was old. And Mr. Rest in peace, Mr. Love, because I think he died. Mr. Love, he was kind of hearted. I mean, he ain't really do too much. And honestly, I felt like if anything popped off, he would have needed way more help. I believe that you should at least have 5 to 6 resource officers appointed to each school at all times. And the only reason why is because one resource officer cannot get to a place of conflict or chaos like that in a snap of finger. But if you have a nice, um, I ain't gonna say a nice, but if you have a crew of resource officers that work together in a particular school, one can be set up in the east side, west side, north side, south side. And if something happens in one area of the school, all 6 of those resource officers can come and try to break that up. And even 6 resource officers, let's be honest, that's still not a lot of resource officers for a school that holds more than 500, maybe to 1,000 children. All right. Let's be honest, these children, they're getting smarter. These teenagers, they are getting smarter, regardless of whatever people want to say. Oh, the phone is making them dumb and dumb. But everybody's not watching brainwash type content and brain rot type content. Some, I ain't gonna say adults, but some children, some teenagers are watching information that's beneficial to them and their brains. Okay, so guys, we're in a different age, and it's definitely going to get more and more dangerous. And all we can do is really pray and make sure that you teach your children, your nieces, your nephews, your brothers and sisters, the right thing, and just teach them logic. And not only teach them, but show them too. Like, be an example, but also show too. Like, I'm a firm believer in sometimes children need to see chaotic things, because if they don't, when it happens, they won't be ready for it. And when they see it for the first time, sometimes they can freak out. Okay. Yep. Same in high. We had like 2 or 3, and most are out of shape or old. Yep. So it's like they're just there to scare people, but in all actuality, we're not scared. I've never been afraid of any of the resource officers that I was in school with, and that it was because of that point that QJA just brought up. Out of shape, you old, I can outrun you. You're not about to catch me. You're gonna have to tase me if anything. So I was on that. Now, of course, I would never do that to any of those resource officers. I would never do that because anytime you fight a resource officer, um, now you're going to get charged for it. So I always had that in my mind. I didn't care about the cloud or nothing like that. I was not trying to have no record at all. Oh, you see what Philip did? You see he flipped the resource off. Man, I'm not about to do that um, at all. So yeah, it's definitely a touchy subject, and we really don't know how this is going to pan out. But at the end of the day, guys, if you're in North Carolina, if you have enrolled your children or your child into a private school, this is what you need to be expecting. This is what's going to happen. Okay, so just going and talking to your children about what they have to look forward to is option, a smart option that I would definitely be taking into consideration. Yep. Super crazy. We have to have a squad on campus to be prepared for a possible mini war is scary. Can't even believe we're having these conversations. Yeah. yeah, this is where we at now. But honestly, guys, it starts with the people. You know, it starts with the people, but not only with the people, but it starts with family as well. Like, what are we teaching? What type of values are we teaching? What type of morals, ethics, and standards are we teaching? Are we teaching our children the right thing? Are we teaching our nieces, nephews, our grandchildren, our little brothers and sisters? Are we teaching them the right thing? Are we just teaching them to be cool and to be trendy? What are we teaching though? Because guys, repetition is the father of learning. So whatever you do over and over and over and over again, you get used to it. You get used to that pattern, and before you know it, you get numb to whatever else is going on, right? So I was when I was younger, I was sheltered. So once I got out in the real world, I started getting numb to a lot of different things that I should have never got numb to. I started getting numb to a lot of violence, okay? A lot of people in rugged areas, impoverished areas. Like I started getting really numb to that where it became a everyday lifestyle for me. Now, was I raised this way? No, but I started getting accustomed to it and the lifestyle, which is scary, but at the end of the day, it's still an adrenaline rush at the same time. So, it's almost like an oxymoron for me to say it. It was like I hated to be in that situation, but I kind of couldn't wait to be in the situation as well, just because of the adrenaline rush and what was going on. Like it's a little confusing, but at the end of the day, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, and if I had to go back in time, I would never do that again because I wasted so much time. I wasted so much time trying to chase trends and trying to chase so-called friends, associates. I wasted so much time, and you can never get time back. So it's better to make sure that you make wise decisions, logical decisions now, so you don't have to get accustomed to a way of life that will make you numb and unforgiving to certain situations. Yep, that too. Oh my God, the raising of these next generations throughout the years, same. Like raised in the church, but used to the party and shooting like crazy. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? And let's be honest, the darker side, the devil's doing a great job in making things look cool and interesting. Country Wayne has said something. He said, like, we in the church, we just got to do better in making things more cool looking and more exciting and satisfying. We definitely have to do that because the world, the evil, I mean, it's definitely winning. I mean, it's hard to I ain't gonna say it's hard to compete with because it's definitely not. You just gotta have those ideas. So that's one reason why I'm doing these podcasts. I'm doing my social media because I'm going to make it cool to be positive. Like it's okay. Like just because you positive don't mean that you can't shoot nobody. You still can shoot somebody if you have to, if you need to do that. But you don't just need to be in the streets because you want to shoot somebody, you want blood. No, Protect your family. Protect your family. Make it cool to protect your family. Make it cool to protect your mom, your sister, your brother. It's okay to do that. You don't have to hang out with a whole bunch of people who really don't care for you. So you can say, "Oh, you need to ask bro. Bro seen me do this." You don't have to have validation. You don't have to have people to vouch for you because you want to be known as this character or that character. So at the end of the day, guys, this is where we're at. I wish I could stay on here longer, but I still got stuff I got to do, and I have to get on my other channel, and I still have more activities that I need to do before the end of the night. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, and until the next time, like, share, subscribe, so you can stay notified. Just think about that. All right. Oh my God, the validation people seek on social media is dangerous. Nah, you're right. People seek validation every day. Even before social media, people always seek validation. Like me, I used to always seek validation, but not from my peers. It was from my parents. I just love, oh, hearing good job, son, proud of you, son. Like I love that. And even still to this day, I still seek validation from my parents, my sister, so forth and so on. It just makes me feel good as a person. I could care less if somebody I don't know telling me good job. Yeah, I'll say I appreciate it, but it don't really it doesn't do anything for me. Like my parents, or my brother, my sister, my cousins, my aunties, my uncles. It doesn't do the same, right? Great topic. Appreciate it. Definitely understand. Me too from the family. Yep. So yeah, guys. So this is something for you to think about. So until the next topic, to the next subject, make sure you like, share, subscribe so you can stay notified. And guys, I'm out.